After weeks and weeks of back and forth between CM Punk and MJF, and CM Punk having to virtually go through all of the pinnacle, we finally get the match in Chicago. Let's get into it. What is up? My name is Lloyd, and this is the Middle Card, which are my takes on the world of professional wrestling and all of its ins and outs. So let's go. So finally, after weeks and weeks of back and forth, we finally get CM Punk versus MJF in Chicago, which of course is CM Punk's hometown. Now I have to be honest, I wasn't looking forward to this match. Honestly, I really wasn't. And I've said this on a few occasions. After the match between CM Punk and Wardlow, where Wardlow virtually squashed CM Punk, I didn't really have any interest in CM Punk versus MJF. Yes, I know that Punk got the win through a roll-up, but CM Punk to me came across looking weak. So yeah, there were good interactions between them both building up after the fact, but it didn't build up that level of interest that I had prior to the Wardlow match, unfortunately. Okay, but here we are. That being said, I went in with a certain idea. I went in with the idea that there is no way that MJF was going to lose. And that's important, because AEW got me. They got me. During the middle of the match, I said to myself, MJF has only had one match this year. He has had one match in 2022, and he lost. He lost via disqualification due to CM Punk. So that there was zero way that MJF was going to go 0-2 and that he was going to give CM Punk his first loss. And then the match happened. And what happened in the middle of the match? First, MJF goes and he uses basically his wrist tape and he chokes out CM Punk. So CM Punk is out. The referee calls it. CM Punk loses by submission, basically. Or cannot continue. I'm not sure what the call was, but that was the call. Same call as if you put on a sleeper hold, basically. So, submission, cannot continue. Whatever the case. I'm like, wow. Referee catches the tape. All of a sudden, we're restarting the match. And I'm like, huh. So, is CM Punk actually going to win this match? Because we are in Chicago. And now, where it seemed like there was no way that MJF was going to lose, that placed out in my head. So, that was part one. Part two. We go to the outside of the ring. Wardlow starts to come down. We all know about the friction between MJF and Wardlow, which is probably going to lead to the Wardlow face turn. They're just building that up right now. And I'm thinking in that moment in time that, Jesus, Wardlow's going to come down and all he's going to do is basically nothing. He's going to do nothing to get involved and actually help MJF, and or he was going to pick MJF up and just toss him into the ring for Punk in order to get the victory. This is literally what I thought. So it was twice where two instances happened where I was like, CM Punk, I think, is now going to win this match. And then, of course, MJF pulls out the Dynamite diamond ring, clocks CM Punk, and then wins. And by the end of it, I was just laughing to myself. I was like, holy crap. And the people in Chicago were stunned. They made MJF in one night. He was already becoming a big star. He was already up there. They already had WWE asking about him. Had Fox execs asking WWE about this MJF guy. And then they made him a made man. But I did say this before. This is my original prediction. I'm not wrong. I was bamboozled, but I wasn't wrong. MJF won the match. Now, during the MJF celebration that's going to come up, or MJF announcement, or MJF just doing what he does and be MJF, I'm sure that Punk is going to come out. And I think we're going to run it back at Revolution, to which I think CM Punk is going to get that victory. But I have to say, AEW, y'all got me. Y'all got me. So I'm actually looking forward to what's coming next. Let's go.